No matter how expensive it gets, no matter how much you might complain when filling up your tank, one of the things that most people cannot do without is gasoline. And ever since the first cars hit the road, you've filled up your tank at a gas station. At one time, there were actually two different kinds of gas stations. There was a filling station where you could fill up your tank, or a service station where you could get gas, get your car repaired, and even pick up a road map if need be. But the one thing they had in common was the fact that they pumped the gas for you. You didn't have to get out and do it yourself. In Marquette, gas stations tended to cluster around one another. There was a group of stations on South Front Street and another group on Lincoln by the old Piqua factory, which of course became the Marquette Senior High School. There were also several gas stations on the north side of the city, including the Northwest Store and, perhaps most famously, Cully's. You could buy gas at Cully's and get your tires rotated and your oil changed, but you could also walk in, throw a quarter in a can, and pick up a beer from the ice-filled cooler they had sitting in the shop. In fact, it's been said Cully's may have sold more beer than any of the bars in North Marquette. 3rd Street was also home to a series of service stations, and while only one of them still sells gas, if you know what you're looking for, you can see where they once stood. For instance, Buster's Gulf was around for over 2 decades until it found new life as the home of a Marquette institution. Denny's Shell, meanwhile, was eventually turned into a series of famous bars, beginning with Pap's Pub, and is now currently home to Stucco's. Tell you what, next time you walk or drive past Stucco's, look at those 2 big windows in the front. That's where the overhead doors for the service bays used to open and close. One 3rd Street station that's no longer there is Carl's Texaco. Built in the 1930s on the corner of K and 3rd by Carl Knorr, it was a filling station and a used car lot until the mid-1960s. It's now the site of a bank parking lot. However, for the sheer number of gas stations, nothing could beat West Washington Street. Starting right at the corner of 4th Street, you could run the gauntlet as you headed west out of town. If you needed to fill up, you only had to stop at Novak's Texaco, or Denny's Shell, or McCarthy's Zephyr, or even at Tower Standard, where you could rest your weary head as well. As the west side of the city developed, some of those gas stations disappeared, although new ones, even attached to other big box stores, took their place. Like everything else, though, over the years, where you've pumped your gas has changed. Service stations that also fix your car are no more, while filling stations have been mostly replaced by chain convenience stores that will sell you everything from gourmet coffee to laundry detergent along with your gas. Gas that, of course, you have to pump yourself. But no matter how high the price may have gotten over the past 100 years or so, there's only one place you can still fill it up, and that's at your favorite gas station.